Alrighty, I hope everyone is having an amazing day today. And in today's video, this is an absolute banger because today we're going to go over the lead magnet funnel that Alex Hormozi uses that has made him millions and millions of dollars, and how you can literally steal it for your coaching business, info product, even your SaaS software. Now, Alex Hormozi, if you don't know him, he's worth $100 million. He's a mega entrepreneur, and he's someone that you should definitely listen to. And he has implemented this lead magnet funnel for many of his avenues in his business career. So let's actually jump right into this. But first, this is probably you right now. If you're running a coaching offer, info product, or even a SaaS, and you're struggling to get people to buy, book a call, or just take whatever call to action you want them to take, right? Then this is where lead magnets could help. You may also be actually booking some calls or getting some conversions, but with the traffic that you have from your audience, that you're gaining from your audience, or even from your ads, you should be converting a lot more people. So if you want to be booking more calls, making more sales, bringing in more high-ticket coaches, coaching clients, making more high-ticket sales, by getting more mid-ticket sales, whatever it is that you want your audience to do, and just make a lot more money so you can finally go on the holiday with your family and stop stressing about inconsistent paychecks, then you have to listen up. And by the way, if you do want this Miro board, just DM me on Instagram. Now, this is probably what you as a coach or info product are running right now, even in SaaS, and you have to stop and change to this model or something completely different. At least this one's probably one of the most horrible ones, but for some reason, I see most coaches implementing this. So we got this first one here. So essentially you got your content, ads, and cold outbound. Now the cold outbound might not apply as much to you, especially for people at much more scale. But anyway, what you do is you literally redirect your audience, your traffic, your prospects to a page without building trust and without leading with value. And that's the whole point of a lead magnet, to lead with value. And ultimately, this causes less people to convert, not as many book sales calls, and evidently just less money in the end. So this is one of the main things that you do not want to do, because you want all of these, right? You want more calls, more sales, more money, but running this funnel will literally do the exact opposite of that. Now, the other thing that you do is probably you have content, ads, cold outbound, and then you just go directly to a payment link for a high ticket program, coaching offer, or a SaaS product, right? And you don't bring up any value up front to actually get them in the door. So a lead magnet will actually help them get in the door, but with you just directly trying to sell them, especially with a cold audience, that is absolutely horrible to do, because no one will buy, because you have given no reason for them to buy, that you have no trust with you and your product and your service, and you haven't built authority as the expert. So you're most likely running one of these two funnels right now, right? And even if you aren't, if you're still looking to get more sales, this lead magnet funnel will help you. So for those who don't know what a lead magnet is, this is essentially what it is. A lead magnet is free value given to potential prospects with the goal of funneling them to sell something to them or to gather their contact details. So it's both. You want to gather their contact details and funnel them to sell something, because then you can retarget them, which essentially just means to hit them up again. So this is a couple of lead magnets, and I can guarantee you 100%, if you're in the business space, you have either opted in for one of these lead magnets, or you have seen ads for these lead magnets in some way, shape, or form. You have been in contact with them. So there's your free ebooks, which is probably one of the most popular ones, free training, free audits, free CRMs, free processes and systems, or SOPs, and then free trials, which is more applicable to SaaS products. So now you know what lead magnets are and how. I just want you to genuinely think about it. Where has been a time where you've opted in for like a free guide or something like that? That's a lead magnet. And then they have a call to action to take whatever action you want them to take. So before I actually show you the funnel, I want you to show you the reason why we use lead magnets. So there's 4 main reasons. There's a whole bunch of reasons, but these are the ones I've broken it down to as the core 4, I like to call it. All right, so the first one that we have is you want to build the gap. So why we use lead magnets, right? By building the gap, right? You essentially give them the what and the how, but now they know it's actually hard to do what you do, and eventually they need to outsource it and hire someone, and that someone will be you, because you give them the value, give them the literally the step by step of how to do it, but they just don't have the time, because the people I'm assuming you're hitting if it's B2B, are business owners, obviously, and they don't have the time to implement this, because if they did have the time and the skill set to implement this, then you shouldn't be selling it as a service, because it'd be too easy of a service to do and fulfill. Now, this one is probably the most important one, and it's essentially to build authority. So first off, you want to make sure that your lead magnet is 100% good, and you should not be scared to give away anything, because 99% of people won't implement it or don't have the time to implement it, like I said. So this will allow people to see you as the expert and the authority figure. Now, the other thing is to build trust, and there's two reasons for this. So the law of reciprocity, so essentially they will feel in debt to give back something to you. So that could be a book call or a call to action, not necessarily a sale, but obviously every single step is one step further down the pipeline. And then the other one is building, like I said, building trust, especially from cold sources. This allows prospects to build trust and familiarize ourselves with you as the authority. Sorry, I could not say that word. And the last one is to showcase your ability, obviously, because this allows you to show that you know what you're talking about, you know your shit, and they know that you know your shit, and they can go to you for whenever they need your help with this, or even if they do need to implement it straight away. So it shows you're not a bot and you know what you're doing, and again, make sure it's actually really good and better than all the other paid stuff that people are actually selling. So let me actually go down and break down and show you the funnel of it itself. So it's very, very simple. It's literally one straight line. So very simple. It just runs like that. Literally like that. Cannot build an arrow for my life. So essentially at the start, we obviously have traffic. So we've got ads, cold outreach, and content. So the goal of this, right, the first goal is to obviously get to them to opt in and collect their data, because essentially this allows us to retarget them. So we have our ads, cold outreach, and our content, and then it goes to our lead magnet. So by opting in, they then get the lead magnet. It might go in their emails, it might be a sign up, whatever it is. And then what you want to do is you want to redirect that lead magnet opt in, and they get the lead magnet in their emails or something, or it might be on the next page, and then the next page has a call to action to book a call, or whatever call to action it is. If it's a SaaS, then it might be to buy, or if it's if your lead magnet was like a free trial, then it wouldn't be like this per se. They would have already bought it, but then the next action would be for them to obviously use the SaaS. But besides that, so if it's info product, obviously, which is what we're focusing on, opt in, then a lead magnet, and then book call or call to action, and then obviously next step is closed/paid. But the thing is, most people won't just blindly follow this straight away, right? No one will just straight away buy. Very few people will, actually. More people will buy on the second time around or the third time around. So they just keep going around and around and around, and then finally, boom, they go straight up. And then when you do this at volume and at scale, then you will be making a lot of money every single month. So essentially, this is why we collect our data, and this arrow should be pointing here, honestly. So essentially, it allows us to retarget them with email marketing, expose them to more of your content, to build more trust, to build more authority, and to retarget them with more ads, so we can be more specific. And obviously, this also allows us to dial in on our ICP, our demographics, and to know who we should be targeting more on our ads. The more of the same demographic, psychographic type of people we get to come in. So essentially what we do, so like I said, there's actually a law or rule, I can't remember. Someone did a study where it actually takes 7 hours of content to build trust with a person. So like I said, it might not be the first time around, but after a couple times around at the start, then they'll finally be ready to buy it. So obviously it retargets them, so you could take them back to the content and then back to the ads. Now, cold outreach, you guys might not be as familiar with this, but if you're doing cold outreach, leading with value is one of the most powerful things that you can do, because then with the ever so saturated space of cold outreach, by leading with value, leading with a lead magnet, then people will be more inclined to respond to you, because you might have something that generally helps them. Of course, like I said, this is the key word, or key sentence: your lead magnet must be good and specific. So to show you an example of a cold outreach lead magnet that actually worked for me, let me show you an Instagram message really quickly. Alright, so this was one of a fitness coach that I hit up. So obviously I target online coaches, so whatever your niche is. So I just hit them up, and essentially I led with values. So I just said, "What's up, Jay? I checked out your school with his friend Finn, and love the mission they're on. So a genuine compliment. Full honesty, I was wanting to send you over a video on how we can help you scale your online coaching to 30k a month, completely done for you on a results only basis. mind if I send the video over. So again, I'm not asking for much commitment. I'm not asking for a book call because their time is obviously, a lot of time is money and their time is a commitment. So he said, go for it, bro. So what's up, Jay? Here's the video. Let me know if you find value in it. And if you like the video, let me know and I can go more depth. And look what he said, because this lead magnet was actually good and it was tailored to him. Again, if you're doing this at scale, I would suggest an evergreen one. But when I do direct DMs, right, because I don't do as much to scale right now, I like to just personally do it. It takes like 5 minutes out of my day. So look what he said. That had so much value and you're very well spoken. That was a very nice compliment. It wasn't necessary, but thank you. Good shit, bro. I appreciate it. Go into more depth about what you offer. And then boom, take them more onto through the conversation and then book them on a call, because I've taken them instead of taking like, I was on the Miro board. So instead of taking huge leaps, so imagine this is the content, right? So what or content or outreach or traffic. Let's just put a T here. All right, let me get rid of that. So let's just put a T here, right? Traffic. Instead of going traffic and straight jumping to the payment or the call, right? We instead take a micro leap and then another micro leap with a lead magnet. So that's why we do it. So it's more steps. It's one more step, but it converts way better. So this is essentially what Alex Hormozi uses as well. He leads with value so much. Why do you think his content pops off so much? Because people love him because he leaves it with value. He leaves no stone unturned. So let me actually show you how Alex Hormozi does this. And just to let you know, this funnel can be tweaked a little depending on your product, what your offer is, and obviously the people that you're targeting. So obviously you can have like opt-in lead magnet and then they just pay straight away. So that could be a SaaS with a free trial or something like that. And that is actually the one that we're going to use with Alex Hormozi in the example right now with his school games. So if you've been in the online space, I'm hoping that you've been familiar with Alex Hormozi's school games. So he uses content and ads at the top of the funnel for traffic to get them into the school games. I don't know why I didn't write them there, but let me actually show you what he does specifically with ads, because if you've seen his content, then you would know that it would just be a link in his description. But let me actually show you the ads that he runs. All right. So we're actually on the Meta ads library right now, and I want to show you an ad that Alex Hormozi uses to really sell his lead magnet right at the start. Now, there was another ad that he specifically did where he was giving away all the features and the benefits literally as a lead magnet. And what you could do, so obviously going into more deeper emotional connections, because that's what you want to do. You never just want to talk to their surface level problems. You want to go to more their emotional problems, So essentially you can see here, this first part here, this one right here specifically, this ad. Now this is just like free marketing for Alex Hormozi. So
quick question, can I get your email address? Because I want to send you $1,000 of free stuff.
There, boom. Just like that, Alex Hormozi's already built up the authority, but the fact that he's saying that he's going to give you $1,000 of free stuff is essentially a lead magnet in itself right there. Here was another one of his ads. I'm not actually sure if you can hear it, but let's just watch.
Can I get your email address? Because I want to send you $1,000 of free stuff straight to your inbox. And the way I'm going to do that is through the school games.
So you can see how he leads with value with a lead magnet. So essentially what he's offering right now is essentially his school games. So if you guys aren't familiar with Skool, it's essentially like a platform like Discord, Kajabi, where you can hold a community, hold a course, that kind of stuff. But it's much more intuitive and much more user friendly for beginners and people trying to build up an audience. Essentially, like I said, so he has his content and his ads. So his content obviously is just the link straight to his school games. And then what he's actually offering is a free 14-day trial with Skool, and Skool is $99 a month, by the way. So that's pretty insane. So essentially you're saving 45, like $50. So that's how much it costs, right? And then he is essentially lead magnet stacking, value stacking. He's giving you $1,000 worth of free training, which honestly, the training itself is probably stuff that people would sell for $1,000, $10,000, like a lot of money, because with the reputation of Alex Hormozi behind it as well, you would trust it. And then you can get $1,000 worth of free stuff and weekly calls with Alex Hormozi. Do you know how valuable that is? Imagine you're a person that hasn't made your first dollar online, and then you get to go hop on a call with that person that's worth 100 million. It's just priceless. So that's why his lead magnet is so insane. But this is specifically, by the way, this is specifically for his SaaS or software as a service and honestly, it's making him and his partner Sam Ovens a lot of money. So essentially, it incentivizes you to make money and potentially meet Sam Ovens and Alex Hormozi. Because if you're unsure what the Skool Games is, it's essentially a competition where the top 10 competitors, and at the end of every month, so the people that have the biggest community, then the people that have made the most money with their community get to meet up with Sam Ovens and Alex Hormozi, the top 10. And obviously, that's through a paid community. So it incentivizes you to make money and potentially meet Sam Ovens and Alex Hormozi. You can make monthly recurring revenue, and you teach people what you know through your community building. And this leads down, and it gets people to eventually pay for their SaaS. Because let's say you have built up the people to come in, you have got people to come in, and it was the vehicle that made you make your first dollar, right? Because they have a statistic like 54% of people make their first dollar on Skool, and obviously that builds up a lot of goodwill. So people then end up paying $99 a month for their SaaS, and they also get 2.9% plus 30 cents per transaction. And let me just show you and put you this into perspective with how crazy this is with the amount of people that have signed up for the Skool Games. Alright, so we're on the Skool platform right now, and you can see, right, that there has been 16,000 members part of the Skool Games. And let's be conservative, right? Some people obviously would quit. Some people obviously aren't paying the $99 a month anymore, but they're still in the group of the Skool Games. So that means they actually signed up for it. So there's 16,000 members. Now, let's be conservative. Let's say a good 12,000, 11,000, 12,000 people. Now, let's go back to the Miro board and do some math on that. So let's say they're getting 12K people, right? 12,000 people to pay $99. Now, this is very crude, by the way. Sorry about that. That is 1.88 million per month, right? In revenue. Obviously, they have expenses. But then that doesn't even put on top, the cherry on top, the 2.9% plus 30 cents they make per transaction. And you have to think that some of the transactions can go as low as $5 all the way up to like $1,500 or something like that, or $9.97. So that's like, and that's monthly recurring revenue. Obviously, now they have it inbuilt where you can do a one-time kind of thing, but still, that is pretty insane. They're making 1.88 million in revenue. They're definitely making way more than that, right? This is very like based off the data that I have, but that is insane. And he's doing that all through the lead magnet of his Skool Games. So he's creating his Skool Games as the lead magnet to get people to sign up for Skool for his software as a service. And it's pretty much using this funnel that I showed you here, which is traffic, opt-in, lead magnet, and then whatever your call to action or next actions are. This obviously depends on what you are selling. But that's pretty much the video, right? This is the lead magnet funnel that Alex Hormozi uses to make millions of dollars. And he's done this with his business acquisition.com, if you really study him. So again, if you guys want me to help you implement this into your coaching business, info product business, or need someone to help you with your funnel building, just DM me on Instagram or check the first link in the bio. Thank you, and I hope you absolutely love this video. This one was a banger.